Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris under the admin cap. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 9. It's the year 2409 and we have a problem, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Paradox just updated the game a couple days ago. You're watching this video, it's probably been more than a week now, but they updated the game now. I'm still on the old 2.5.1 Shelly for this playthrough because I don't want any of the new features. If you load a previously existing save game like this into the new 2.6 Vern update, you get all the new Vern features and it really screws up your game. So I didn't want to do that, but now there's a problem with all my save games, and it is if I go in here and I hit the communicate button, click to open diplomacy, it immediately causes the game to crash. I think we can finish out this playthrough without doing any diplomacy, without me having to click this button. It's different in one of my other games where I was being a warmonger and vassalizing all my enemies. I needed to communicate with them to declare war. I think we can get away with it in this game, so I'm going to keep playing and keep trying, and we're going to see what's happening. But needless to say, it's a big disappointment. The game is, even if you don't buy the Federation's DLC, the game is considerably different than it is here. And so that's why I took one of my others. That's why I haven't updated this game to the new 2.6, because there are so many new features. And in fact, the way the admin cap is done, this playthrough is completely irrelevant with the new features. So I wanted to finish this one out in case anybody ever wants to play 2.5.1 and play under the admin cap, play tall. In the next thing I'll be doing is 2.6. Interestingly enough, if you take one of these old save files like 2.5.1 and switch the game over to 2.6 and load it, you can safely click on the communicate button, but of course you get all the new game features and everything changes and all the math changes, and it's just best to start with a fresh game. So that's what we'll be doing in the next playthrough, but in the meantime, I'd really like to get this one to the end, so we're going to try that. And the way we're going to try that is just by trying very carefully to be peaceful here and continue to build our fleets up and just play defensive and tall and go for this win. Where we're at right now is we're in 6th place. Our tech level is almost 6,000. That puts us at almost twice the level of the people in front of us. They're at almost 6,000 too, the Democratic Pooch Jocks. So they are also very tech savvy. And their economic strength is about 1,500 more than ours. The Principality, their economic strength is quite good. So we have to get better at that. And the way we're going to get better at that is with a ring world. So if we can get to ring worlds and get a Dyson sphere up and all that kind of stuff, and we'll get an antimatter decompressor over here on this black hole, I think we'll be fine. But we can't do any diplomacy for the remainder of the game. So that's kind of where we're at. Let's see, we're out of volatile modes. We got a couple more gases left. That's the other thing. We're just really waiting for the repeatable technology. Here's one of the first admin cap bumps we're going to get. It's 7 months away. Let's see, who's building what and where are they building it? Keys over there. I need to start building habitats then. So if they want to insult us, that works. Probing the void.
Situation log revised.
This person, we have particles right there. Yeah, so the whole thing is just a little bit of a bummer there that can't engage in diplomacy because of a bug, and I'm a little irritated about it. But yeah, we need to start building habitats. So, let's see. Can we build
Upscaling
habitats yet?
complete.
Gateway I can build habitats. Great. Start building one. Habitats are what I like to use I like to use them as refineries to get all these secondary resources. That's all I really use them for. Because you can't put a ton of people on them. You can't build luxury housing on them. Is the big problem.
War declared.
So that's Machine Uprising and one of the other empires. Too bad for them. So all of us, these guys are basically the equivalent of a genius. If we were to pick them. Because we're
Research
cyborgs.
actualized.
We get that 5% bonus there. So admin capacity. Let's see. Selected lineages and food. We could really use the food. We're getting tanked on that. Actually, though, let's pick some of this other stuff off of here. So that it clears the board for us and gives us a chance to get more of the admin cap stuff. More of those repeatables here. I don't care about the L gates. Let's get the afterburners. So let's see what we have for jobs. This planet is doing a little bit of research. Okay, so this one's doing research. This is Yilian Prime. Where did we put that? It's right up here. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, honey, go over here and assist that research. Refugees arrive from one of those. We're going to finish out diplomacy. That unleashes another one of those. L cluster beckons. We'll see who gets there first. Gateways have been constructed. So where are we at here? Galactic Wonders is what I want, but we have to completely update one, and then I want Master Builders. And then beyond that, this is on here. What is it? Synthetic Evolution. Beyond that, then we have the last place. The last place pick, I'll probably pick something like Defender of the Galaxy so we can survive the endgame crisis a little easier. Our branch office is under hostile takeover because there's a war going on. So this is over here. The Synthoid Sequence and the Yazvanar. So we got to see how that turns out before we can put any more branch offices down.
Research actualized.
Selected lineages, and then climate restoration, which we don't really need. But again, you got to take these things to get them off the selection, off the group of choices. Get them off the board, as I like to say.
Research actualized.
Have this colony over here. Let's see. Research actualized. That was quick. Armored torpedoes. So this colony has 14 jobs. Well, in that case, let's move some people around and get them on there on that colony that has a bunch of jobs. That's why we set those colonies up. So we can keep our people employed. Keep them employed. Alright, that works. That's always good. Yilian, this is just more research. So let's do that. Oh, and they got a research institute. Crank that out of there. Peace festivals. Let's see, where are we at with edicts? We're at 600, just over 600 influence. The bummer about this is I don't like the fact that I can't engage in diplomacy with anybody. It's really aggravating. Oh well. Peace festivals. Let's take a look at the refugees who showed up. There are these guys. There's Adix, Athelid refugees show up. They like cold. So none of those things help us. So we're going to do these things. Do that, since it only takes 2 months to fix that person. Get everybody in our empire to be like us. And then we'll also make sure that population that's growing needs to be a Stark Enterprises person. Yes, good. Okay, research actualized. Torpedoes, that didn't take long. Impulse thrusters. Production targets, let's always keep those up. Alright, so more species. There's a faction founded. These guys right here. Create a template for them. Switch, take that off.
Situation log revised.
This makes everybody in our empire just a little bit more productive. Same thing down here with these guys are cold planet types. We don't have cold planets, dudes.
Next generation species updates deployed. Situation log.
We don't have cold planets, so we need to adapt you guys. We need to say, hey, come here and be adapted. Alright, let's see what else we have. Robot alloys. Can we do anything? Oh, they have an extra choice now.
Upgraded.
Unity from jobs, robot upkeep, up assembly speed, or leader experience gain. We're going to do that. Apply that template to all the robots in the alloy.
Situation log revised.
Section. I like it when it get this much research going on and these become really easy to do. Really quick. Okay, Camthrin Prime. What else you got going on here? Gas extraction wells on this planet? Ooh. The return of Mathen to the galactic scene is not gone unnoticed by the other fallen empires present in our galaxy. The Ziran, in particular, appear most agitated at the news. It seems as if these two precursors are ancient rivals. And though the reasons for their rivalry has long since faded into history, the sudden reawakening of Mathen regulators has inflamed old animosities. So we're looking at the war in heaven probably going to happen. Let's take a look at who these are. The fallen empires. Watchful regulators. These guys are overwhelming and arrogant. And they are fanatic materialists. Who else do we have? Doctrinal enforcers, and they don't like us. So the little cute looking things, they don't like us. And they're spiritualists, that's probably why. So when the time comes to pick a side, we want to pick the side of the math and the regulators because they're materialist. Like us. Like robots. Well, okay then. Energy weapon damage. I like to keep these two, keep going up. They help make your fleet stronger. I don't worry so much about shields because if you get an endgame crisis that chews through shields and you need to switch everything over to armor, then this becomes useless. So I'd rather just keep poking out offense, and I like to keep making sure that energy credits from jobs keeps going up. Naval capacity needs to keep going up. But these are repeatables now, and so is this one. So let's get these out of the way. Mega structure. Things out of the way. Snakeoid refugees arrive. So the Snakeoid, they're also not liking our structure, but are we still, let's see. The easy way to check is right, yeah, species modification. When that's done, then we'll hit it up again.
Special project actualized.
It is. Species modification done. Alright. Let's take the Snakeoids.
Situation log
You
revised.
will be assimilated. And we'll just continue to resettle people to the planets that have the free jobs.
Genetic data upgraded.
Genetic data upgraded. Eam is a planet
Upscaling complete.
that You know, this one would also make a really neat EQ Monopolist. The problem is we just don't have the minerals for it now. Look how where we're down. We're down to 68. We can't poke out any more alloys than what we're doing without some new source of minerals, and that's what the black hole will be for when we can get there. So 500 days for this megastructure to finish, and then we can grab our Ascension Perks and start building the really cool. Well, we have to research them first, but then you can start building the really cool megastructures. So that's kind of where we're at.
Research actualized.
It's megastructure build time, and so we're just plugging along there and trying to stay more or less out of trouble. Let the whole rest of the galaxy's problems pass us by. The war in heaven will probably happen, though. That sounds like that's gonna happen, and that could be a problem. So here, these guys don't have. Oh, they still. We'll do this. 2 of these buildings, commercial zones, should provide enough clerk jobs to take care of these amenities when they're filled. Now they still have 5 available jobs there, but more refugees are arriving. This place can also do the food. It's also culture set. Crystal mines, you can have planet limit 3 crystal mines on this planet. Well, for goodness sake, we're gonna put crystal mines on there then. Whenever you get those special planetary resources like that, you gotta take advantage of them. We should upgrade our fleets, especially while we have plenty of alloys to do that. And in fact, we should probably start thinking about creating a 3rd fleet now. Also, do we have Titan assembly yards? Yes, we got Titan assembly yards there and on Alpha and there. Good. So as soon as our fleet goes up a little bit, our fleet size, our fleet command size, we're gonna start a 3rd fleet, and each one of these fleets is gonna get a Titan. Refugees arriving. Let's see what kind of refugees we got here. Yeah, so they're going to keep arriving, and we're going to have to keep applying
ships upscaled.
Our template to them. Nexus wings. Hey, all right. So the science, it's almost there. It says we're not there. Okay, we got to upgrade one more time. So another 10 years. And then that'll be done. Goodness gracious, take a long time. So 26 is when we should be able to pick those Ascension Perks up. I may want to pick up instead the Ascension Perk for the Habitat's Complete for damage to fallen empires, which is what's it called? Galactic Contender. The war in heaven may be more important than the in-game crisis
ships
right now.
Upscaled.
At any rate, the HAB is up. So let's
research actualized.
The Awoken habitability 200%. I don't want them. I want the stocks, and I just label these things like this: HAB A, B, C, D, and I just keep going like that. And we'll get people over there, and we'll get those set up. Show you how I set mine up anyway. Devastator Torpedoes. We can check a couple things on our ships. For instance, point defense one here. So now we have better missiles. This is the quantum missile. It does 66 to 88. It's explosive. This does 215 to 345. So you can see that the speed, evasion, hull points, retargeting range 100. So at this point in time, armor torpedoes for there. And then same thing on there's the Titan. We need to actually make our Titan. So let's do this. The Titan. Kinetic artillery across the board. Do this. Get it the best of the best stuff that we have to offer. Sapient Combat AI. I like to go with the daily hull regen. And then you can do a shield booster. A couple more hull regens. Now we just call these the Titan. Make it easy. We only have one model. Then over here on our defense platform, go with these armored torpedoes across the board. And then the ion cannon right there. Okay, that's still set up. Cool. So while we still have a lot of alloys, we can go to these. For instance, we can say, let's see, go with another one of these. Excuse me. Lots of these proton ones. So those guys can upgrade. Where's that one at? It's right there. These people come in there. Some of these just need upgrades. Alright, upgrading. Perfect. Makes that easy. The IQ.
Upscaling complete.
Monopolis. It is
complete.
all of a sudden all the refugees showed up there. So what we're going to do is we have one rare crystal left. We're going to create 5 more jobs with them for that. Eam is building crystal mines, which will give us a couple more crystals. So we're also going to upgrade that one to help provide more jobs.
Upscaling complete.
And then we should start building this more metallurgist jobs. This needs another city. These also cross crystals. So crystals, very, very, very important. Used for a lot of things. Let's see, education campaign. We got edicts coming off, so let's put them back on. Recycling. What else do I got? Diplomatic grants I don't really care about right now. Beta Cali has rising unemployment. I know, we're taking care of it.
Research actualized.
Watch, it's gonna happen. Interstellar Assembly, great. What do we have now? Starbase Fleet Command Limit. Let's do that.
Upscaling complete.
Actually, I got a better idea. I don't need that right this second. So let's take these off the board so we can get the standard set of 5 repeatables. And that way we can keep increasing naval capacity, fleet command size, and empire sprawl. Right now we're at 185 capacity, 168 sprawl, which is pretty good.
Colonial Enterprise upsizing.
The habitat's being colonized, which is good. There are jobs available on Eam, so we'll move some people around.
Upscaling complete.
Beta Cali's going to get its jobs here in a little bit.
Research actualized.
Research actualized? Well, let's go take a look. Devastator Torpedoes. These unique ones are so nice. You gotta get those. Those whole hit points. Those are great. Okay, what about this planet? More crystal mines. We'll build them. You can have 3 on this planet, so we have to build those. This one is all about research. This planet, what is this? Gas extraction wells. You can only have 1 on there. What is the other thing? Oh, and it's got an odd factory. Okay. Has an odd factory. Well, in that case, let's get the little stuff on there. Energy grids and food and things like that. So the next episode after this, what we'll do is play the new Vern update 2.6. They've added an administrative building to the game that allows you to provide jobs to people that add admin capacity to the game. So now playing wide, big and wide, is even more viable than before. In fact, this particular playthrough that I'm doing right here, where I'm staying under the admin cap the whole game and waiting for the repeatable tech at the end, is probably not going to be as necessary to do anymore. This is kind of like old news. So here's the war in heaven. Ever since the awakening of the Mathan and their ancient Xeron rivals, the two giants have been at odds, skirmishing and jockeying for influence, probing each other's might. This has resulted in a series of increasingly terse confrontations, finally erupting in an open battle between the Mathan fleet and their Xeron counterparts in the remote system. The conflict is now escalated into a full-blown war between the Mathan regulators and the Xeron zealots. Each side has sent a representative to the young races. We will stand with the Mathan regulators. Becomes a satellite under them.
Upscaling complete.
The League of Non-Aligned Powers. Not all the young races chose to join either side in the war, so we have the League of Non-Aligned Powers. No longer use the hostile takeover. Casus Belli on the Holy Enterprise. The Xeron Zealots have declared war on our ally, the Mathan regulators. Alright, so now we're at war. So, let's see who's on our team. The Mathan regulators at war with the Xeron Zealots and the Holy Enterprise. Of course, the Zealots and the Holy Enterprise would be together. We're Stark Enterprises. We are at war with the Xeron Zealots and the Holy Empire. At war with the Mathan regulators. Star Realm. Wow. So these guys are at war with it. Wow. And Stark. So we're, even though it says we're only at war with the Xeron. Let's see. Oh, it's just those two down there, and then these guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's only those two at the bottom that we're at war with. And there's a bunch of other wars going on, but we're good. So we just have to sit here and protect ourselves. It's a deal, yes. Monthly unity.
Colonial Enterprise established.
So as long as we, yes, and we want this one for the science, great.
Upscaling complete.
So, you gentlemen, go there. You need to go to Eye of Hawking is going to be your new assigned base. You need a leader. We should get leaders now. Daily hull regen. Yes. Ship hull points. Ship weapon damage. Take that. You go to your space.
Upscaling complete.
And you gentlemen, we don't know where to put you yet. So just hang tough.
Research actualized.
We'll get you a leader. Daily hull regen. We'll grab the younger person. It's a pirate fleet there. These guys are the Holy Enterprise, and they have 15,000. They have quite a few people. We could go over there and be proactive. Okay, here's more admin capacity. We're going to turn on our edicts now, just so that we don't forget them. I didn't really need volatile land clearance, but that's alright. And harmony is the last one we have to adopt. Harmony and focus. We could do that. We could send these guys in.
Upscaled.
Because they're really strong. They're 69k. We could go be pretty helpful here. I might do that. Actually, these guys are fully upgraded. They're the ones who's going to go. These dudes are going to upgrade. So we're going to go help out, because the sooner we can squash these, the sooner we can help make that fallen empire a little bit easier to deal with. Where are they at? It's the Xeron Zealots. Yes. Mathan regulators and the use of our Principality declare war and the Xenon Zealots. So lots of Lots of ore being carried. The Holy Sovereignty. Idiots. It's just going to be a lot. So there is a natural wormhole there. We're probably going to want to protect our back door as soon as possible. These guys, who are they? Oh, so the Pow's Jock? What happened to the Pow's Jock? Pow's Jock. Where are they? What are they called? Democratic Pow's Jock. Auspicious Alliance. Oh, they're at war with everybody. Jeez. Because they're in the Auspicious Alliance, which makes them... Jeez. Okay, well, in that case, tell you what, you just go up there then. Oh no, wait a minute. Were you going... You were going to be fixed? What are you doing? Go up here. Hawking. Upgrade. Let's do our best to just protect then. We got the True Kopi Jaxi Horde.
Ships upscaled.
They don't like us, but they're pathetic and they're... Wow. Well, all these other places look okay. Right now it looks like the major threat is right there. Encounter in Baltras. Let's see what else we have here. Investigate the 80. Aliens. Synthetic evolution would take a long time to finish.
Special project actualized.
Translating the warrior's text. You guys are done? Good. The Trellin Holy Enterprise. Oh, it's fighting who? Jeez. It's a mess. The whole board is red now. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at this. That's the most red I've ever seen on one screen at one time. Okay, well. You know what? We're Switzerland. We don't have to go out and fight anybody. We just have to sit here. We just have to sit here and be strong. That's it. You should probably start building another habitat for us.
Special project actualized.
Gives access to the Master's Teaching Warring States Empire Edict. Cool. Habitat. Is there space in here we can do it? Nope. Okay, we gotta go somewhere else. Can we do it in Seoul? Yeah, right there. Start building those habitats because we have 172 of 185. The habitat is constructed. We go down here, we say refinery station. We just need to move some people to it. So move them to Hab A. Unemployed workers. They are. That way it unlocks a building slot. We can start to get some things built. So Hab A's got people on it now. It says, oh, we're a little short. You got one. Build 5 of those in one of the city districts, and then you start putting down things that we really need, like synthetic crystal plants. Which will be the most important. Those and Voltamotes. Okay. So, do that. Given how many alloys we have, we should probably start building a 3rd fleet. So let's get that started. Let's start with the Titan. Cruiser, a point defense, that. There we go. That'll get the fleet started. Because we may want to send them down here to be at Camthrin Station, because there is this wormhole right over here. And in fact, I would like to know where that wormhole goes. So let's first build. Where's my other shipyards? Sirius Shipyard and Alpha Centauri ship. Build me a science ship. We are Switzerland. You, oh, look, there's a red guy coming in over there. Alright, Soul Station, Eye of Hawking. Your base is going to be right there. Go to Lando.
Upscaling complete.
Give me a scientist who can do anomalies. Anomaly discovery chains. Well, I'd rather you start leveling up that. Go over here and tell me about that wormhole. Who are these clowns? The Copenjaxic successor Khanate. Oh, well. I may have to stretch out and crush those guys. Why don't you go there? Do that. Go crush them. Because we're just here trying to do our thing. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. It's Fat Albert. Okay, camper. Wow, we got lots of jobs here. Lots of jobs for workers who need them. And we're getting mighty short on minerals, so pretty soon we're going to just have to start buying them. And in order to buy them, we're going to need
Research
a
actualized.
bit more than what we're getting right now. Marauder missiles. Minerals from jobs. Oh, that one might be really good, but let's keep going for the lower things there. That's a repeatable one. I don't want to snag the repeatable yet. Camthrin. Let's see, it needs more housing. So we'll just start building it. Hey, look, you guys are up there. Let's see how this goes. Oh, yeah. I will crush you. Crush you into goo. Right, boo? Feel the backhand of justice. I think that's the only thing I'm actually going to miss the most in the new Baldur's Gate 3, excuse me, that Larian Studio is doing. I'm very excited for that. But I am going to miss Minsk. It doesn't look like any of the original characters are going to be involved in that game. But I absolutely adore Larian Studios RPGs. They're fantastic. They've been making fantastic RPGs for a while now. And they're just really good at it. The Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2 games are just amazing. That's why I did a playthrough of Divinity Original Sin 2 on this channel. You can find it if you search the whole playthrough all the way to the end. It was just so utterly amazing. The end of the Zulokako freeloaders. Oh, freeholders. Okay, the once proud nomadic warrior culture of the Zulokako is no more. Forces from the Math and Regulators, our side, have destroyed them. Awesome. Good job, guys. Very, very nice work. Alright, Hab B. Let's get to work here. Habitation district. Instead of synthetic crystal plants here, let's build chemical plants, because that's what we're short of right now. And what is this edict we got? Warring City. Naval capacity plus 10%. Army upkeep minus 15. And that just costs influence. So we're going to turn that on since we're in the middle of a war. I think that's a good thing to do. Okay, where did that one go? It goes right there. True Copenjaxi Horde. Alright, well, we just need to keep an eye on it. There's an L gate. While we're here, what I want you to do, Mr. Evasive, is go up here and research that project. Actually, you can turn on Evasive. I want you to go get this guy. We need this spot here, but I can't do any diplomacy to try and trade for it. And they probably wouldn't give it to me anyway. Really wish I had that choke point, though. Oops, yeah, it helps not to pause the game. Don't pause the game. habitat.
Research actualized.
So now the habitat has a whole bunch of free jobs, which is great. Alright, we are up to full repeatables. It's just all repeatables here for physics. So at this point in time, I just want to keep going. Energy weapon attack speed and energy weapon damage. Keep those kind of even. Keep playing defense. You can see we're at 402 of 490, and I think, yeah, our Sol station is building the last thing. It's building a Titan. So once it's done building the Titan, we're going to go in here and we're going to say, once it gets the whole thing done, then we'll set up that fleet. And then we'll hit the button and let it just build itself out. Okay, what do you got here, gentlemen? Oh, they're flying right at you.
Competitors engaged.
Yeah. Oh, that was...
Upscaling complete.
That was smoking. Someone built a gate. I'm not excited to build a gate and let people all of a sudden flood right into my world. I don't want to make it any easier for enemies to get to us. So we're not going to be doing that. This, I'm going to need some more consumer goods, so let's upgrade there.
Upscaling complete.
What I am curious about is this. The Science Nexus is 3 years away
Upscaling complete.
from being done, so that's fantastic. Hey, what I want you to do is just track these guys down. Where are they at? Yeah, just go get them. Just go get them. Just go kill them. Kill them dead.
Competitors engaged.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, we like that. Okay, I want you to go back to your spot. Oh, and we maxed out alloys. Well, that's okay, because we're about to finish this ship here. I can already tell you that I'm going to need some more battleships, so let's do this.
Upscaling complete.
Add a ship design to the fleet. We know that the Titan class is going to be there soon. I genuinely want 2-point defenses of those, 2-point defenses of those. I'd like to have a bunch of little swarming. Those. And maybe one more of those. That should work. Let's get that Titan finished though and get it in there. It's almost done. As long as I have to go.
Upscaling complete.
How much longer? What did we get? Peace festivals just came off. Well, refugees arrive.
Starbase under assault.
Which one? Where? What's Starbase? Well, they probably mean something somewhere else. Not sure what they're talking about. Production.
Special project
Recovery
actualized.
efforts completed after sifting through the debris left by the strange cultist warship from way back at the start of the game. We destroyed. Our scientists believe they may have divined the source of the ships the Fellowship has been throwing against us. Fragments from a log file mention some kind of abandoned alien shipyard discovered by the cultist ship's fleeing soul. They've been using the automated shipyard to reinforce their numbers, and now they're even producing new ships from alien templates found within the station's memory banks. This cannot be allowed to continue. The shipyard must be destroyed. So, why don't you... Who's back here? Well, where's their shipyard at? Fellowship. Where is the shipyard? Track on map. It's down there. Okay. Well, I can tell you right now that that is a low priority item for us. Especially considering how far away it is. Low priority. Maybe after the War in Heaven is over, we can think about doing it. Production targets. Yes, we have to get that
Research
back up.
actualized.
That's the only thing keeping that up right now. Admin capacity. Great. Fleet command limit. Got a bunch of good stuff there. The war in heaven. Oh my goodness. The math and regulators. Oh, you can see everybody on our side. That's awesome. Wow. Some of these people are at war amongst themselves, but we're all on the same side against these idiots. So, good. In that case, how's our fleet looking? Did we get that Titan installed? Is it done yet? It's not, is it? It's still like almost there. Almost there. Just impacted on the surface.
Upscaling
Alright,
complete.
that ship's done. So now we can go in here. Look at this. You can see the whole thing is fulfilled. I don't want 2 Titans. I just want that many. So then we say, go. We spend a bunch of our alloys and tell it to go build that. Now,
Research actualized.
what's your Titan Hill? Titan hull hit points. Great. Resettle habitat. Keep putting people on the habitat because that unlocks building slots. Ilian Prime doesn't have any more jobs, so we're actually going to relieve them of some clerks. And this, what do we have now? We're still low on volatile motes. So keep building them. What else are we on? We have 5 and 3. 5 exotic gases. Which means that with the exotic gases, what we can upgrade are research buildings. And this. Oh, that's nice. Let's upgrade those. Generators on the generator worlds. So here we are, just kind of peacefully going about our business. That's a pretty chunky sized fleet. It's a post-jack system fleet. I'd really like to see them come after us. I think they're just going to pass through though, aren't they? They're going somewhere else. Thought they might come, but nope, not going to come in here and attack us. Not when we have a 75.6k fleet and a 39k
Upscaling complete.
defense platform. They were like, nope, not having none of that. Uranus habitat complete. Alright, let's go colonize that sucker. So this becomes Hab B. And we just keep doing that. Keep building habitats. As long as we can keep getting administration capacity. So right now, we just bumped it up to 200. The next bump will bump it to 215. So the growth rate and how fast we can do that research once you get to the repeatables is somewhat constant. Just have to be a little careful. And that keeps us under the admin cap, which allows us to have full research bonuses. I'm actually going to miss playing this way, because now that I understand how to play it, I kind of enjoy it. But we'll learn the new system, because that's the fun thing to do. Alright, so the Science Nexus is complete. Awesome. Now we can go into traditions, and we can pick up the stuff we really wanted. Galactic Wonders. So those research options become available. And then Master Builders allows us to build 2 megastructures at a time. We're gonna pick that, and then we're gonna go to research. And we're gonna be more than happy to change research right now. Ring World, and let's see. Oh gosh, don't see the option there. It must not be under here. Okay. Well, what were we researching? Fleet command limit, do that. Here it is. Okay, the matter decompressor is what we're going to need to build first. So we want to get, so just switch the research over. You got to spend the time researching it first, and then you can start building it. But the cool thing is 38 months isn't a very long time. If you're playing wide and have a big penalty, that turns into a long time. Oh, so Governor is leveled up. But in doing so, it caused us to take a hit You saw that, didn't you? You saw it go down, and I don't know why it did. That doesn't make much sense to me. We're certainly running out of things to sell. We're running out of minerals, so the matter decompressor is going to be really, really important. We could sell, if we find ourselves in a hole, we can always sell more of these alloys. I mean, here's the math. You know, you're taking all of these and turning them into alloys because you need them to for ships and stuff, and that's part of the reason it just took a hit, because we just went over our naval capacity. But that's okay. You can always take some of these alloys and sell them. I would rather be spending the buildings and the people in the jobs turning minerals into alloys because alloys are so precious for making fleets really quickly. Leader lifespan, governing ethics attraction. Go for leader lifespan first. So in my opinion, it's always better to at least be making the alloys. You can sell these back if you need to. You can see we're down to 1, and that's with our edict on. The only thing we have left is capacity overload, and we're gonna wait. I like to have banked influence for more important things.
Upscaling
and then
complete.
if we want to pull these, how many points of... We have 29144, so we gotta wait till we finish out Harmony before we get this last slot. Then you get some really nice edicts at the bottom. Scientific Revolution, which I love. Research speed 20. Desperate measures for when you're in a defensive war is great. This is the one I really like. Mega structure build capacity +1. You turn this on, plus with the perk we just took, you can build 3 mega structures at a time. So that, of course, means having stacked alloys makes it even more important. But that's an awesome thing to have. Being able to build 3 mega structures at a time is great stuff. Alpha Centauri. And Eam says, I got a specialist. Oh, you need a job for a specialist. Well, guess what? We can still put 1 more crystal mine on there. So there we go. Habitat. Let's see, what are we low on? We're going to be low on motes and crystals. So what I have to do on each of these, though, is build 1 stronghold to make the jobs and housing thing work out correctly. You have to build 1 stronghold and upgrade it on each of these tabs, and then the math kind of works out pretty good. We're way over our naval capacity now, and we don't have another starbase. And what we could do is go into technology and see this fleet command limit's going to happen in 13 months. That's actually not as important as starbase capacity, so I'm going to reset that. We can go get that other one later. I need the starbase capacity so I can build into the starbase so that I can put a whole bunch of anchorage on it and take care of this problem. And as far as individual planets go, we still have some space here where we can put strongholds on a couple more planets. And for instance, this has got a robot assembly planet. We don't need to keep making robots on this planet. We can shuffle people to this planet to continue filling it up. So we're going to put robots on there. I mean,
upscaling complete.
Upgrade that. This costs a mote to upgrade. We can do that. Same thing with this. Same thing with that. If we do all of those, then that'll help bump this up. And then we can get back in the black.
Upscaling
back in
complete.
black. Cause I'm back in black. AC/DC wrote some fun songs over the years, and I gotta say they're even more fun to play. They made fun to play music, simple stuff, but it rocks. Fun to play. I've always loved playing things like
Colonial Enterprise
"Shook Me All Night Long" is probably my favorite one because I love the guitar solo on that song. But cover bands I've been in, we've always done things like "Highway to Hell" and TNT and a bunch of other stuff. Highway to Hell always gets a crowd going. Shook Me All Night Long is my favorite one to play, and people love that song, but finding a singer to actually sing it is really hard. The only time I've ever been in a band that was able to do it, we had a female singer, and she had like a 4-octave voice, and she was amazing. But lots of singers can do Highway to Hell and Back in Black and TNT.
Upscaling complete.
Gosh, I can't remember all the ones we
Upscaling
played over
complete.
theirs. I had a guy email me sometime last year, I think, saying, you know, are you interested in playing in our band? Because I was between bands and wasn't really looking for anything. I was just kind of taking a break. He's like, send me over a list of all the songs you've ever played in a cover band. You know, what do you know? People always want to know, what do you know, so that they can try to put together set lists quicker. Because it's, you know, if you know something, it's a lot better than having to learn a whole bunch of new songs. And I thought, well, I probably know somewhere between around 60 songs, considering all the cover bands I've been in, and you usually need somewhere around, you know, 40 to 45 songs to do a whole 5 hours nights of work in a cover band. By the time I got done writing down the list, it was over 100 songs, and I was like, wow, that's all since 2010. I'd been playing guitar since 1993, I think. That was when I first picked one up, but I had not started playing out with other people and playing in bands until 2010. I finally decided to take my ambition out of the basement, and which was the best thing I ever did. Found out I absolutely love playing guitar on a stage. It's my favorite thing in the world. Played in original bands, played in cover bands. They're all fun in different ways, you know. It's usually has way more to do with the group of guys you're playing with and the music you're playing. If you're playing with the right group of guys, pretty much anything can be really fun. New ruler. Playing with the right group of people who are good people, who make practices just as fun as anything, so practice doesn't become a burden either. You know, showing up for rehearsal. I mean, practice and rehearsal, two different things. Practice is something you do on your own every day, always learning, always getting better at the stuff that you're not good at. And then, you know, rehearsal is the time when everybody comes in knowing what they need to know. You know, rehearsal's not the time to figure things out. It's the time to sit down and get tight as a band. Timings, pace, make sure we're not slowing down or speeding up at certain parts of songs, make sure we have transitions between songs, beginnings, endings, all that kind of jazz. If you have the right kind of group of guys, that part becomes fun in itself. I always find rehearsal fun when I'm with the right group of guys. Everything about being a musician is something I love. I actually enjoy setup and tear down. I enjoy rehearsal. I enjoy sound check. I get amped up for shows. The half an hour before we go on is just the craziest time in the world for me. I'm so amped up. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. It's the best magic in the world that I can think of. For me personally.
Research actualized.
Alright, matter decompressor. Awesome. So it's ready to go. So then the Dyson Sphere. So what we can do is, let's end this episode. Well, you know what? We'll do it on the next episode. I'm going to stop it here. So folks, the end of episode 9. As always, thanks for watching. If you guys dig the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the channel, subscribe. And if you have a question or comment, drop it down below. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.